remember when Blu-ray came out and what was the competing thing? It's like just HD or I forget what the
yeah, well then just like
Blu-ray, but it was Blu-ray versus was it like HDD maybe or something. I mean, they lost apparently because I remember it was like you could buy Blu-ray or you could buy these ones, and obviously people bought Blu-ray because it sounded cooler. And that was like when what was it VHS versus was it Betamax?
No, wasn't it
Betamax is the what was the name of that thing? I'm fucked up. I don't remember anything. This doesn't have anything to do with what I'm talking about. Kind of. So anyway, so Blu-ray versus whatever fucking defunct, VHS versus whatever defunct. I just feel like, because I watch reels on Instagram.
Yeah. Have you ever watched them and you've realized like, oh, I've only gone through like a few and it's been like 45 minutes. Yeah. Like Instagram just like, God damn it, we're running out.
Yeah. You ever hit the end of the list? I've done that. There is an end of the list. Anyway, but I watched this fucking stupid reels because I don't want to, I'm against TikTok. Yeah. Because I always hate on TikTok. I don't get fucking TikTok. And then it's like, well, I don't want to get sucked into that shit because Mindy watches TikTok. But then I send her reels and she's like, I seen that 3 months ago because so it's like TikTok's ahead of the game. I just feel like TikTok is Blu-ray. Yeah. And reels is the one that's going to fail. And then if you really want to go down the shitty fucking, the third tier, that's the YouTube shorts or whatever they are. I think they're just YouTube shorts, and that's like a beta thing, which is essentially like TikToks.
Well, I think what you need to come to an understanding is that you and I are becoming old men. That Mindy's still on the younger, she's a few years younger than us, so she's on to the hipper, thing. Watch whenever the thing that takes over TikTok. And she's still just watching TikTok because the TikTok was her thing,
I guess, but listen here, folks. Mindy goes to bed at like 8:30. Yeah. I don't want to hear this old, she's young. She goes to bed at 8:30. I stay up late. She also wakes up early because she goes to bed early. And I don't wake up early. I'm supposed to for work, but I don't care if I'm late every day anymore. So yeah, I watch reels, and it's a fucking shame because I do no writing because I watch reels. I'm like, I'll watch 2 reels, and then I'm like, that's stupid, that's stupid, that's stupid, that's stupid. And it's mostly like me not liking them. It's mostly just like waiting. It's like, I don't want to say it. I'll say it. It's like when you're like flipping through a bunch of porns because you want to get the right one. Yeah. Like sometimes any will do.
Yeah, any of them would have done it.
But there's sometimes you're very, very particular, and you're like, I need this very specific thing. It has to be this one, or it's not working. So you sit there for like an hour and a half, and just waste your time. It's the same with the reels. The real deal reels, or the TikToks, I guess, if you're watching TikToks. You watch like 80 of them because they suck. You just want to get that good one that gives you the spark. You're like, oh, that was funny. And then when you watch that one, you're like, wow, I want to see another funny one. And then you just like, it's a fucking cycle.
You gotta go through 800 more.
Yeah, like I feel like that is because before TikTok and Reels and all that shit, I was just watching YouTube videos all the time. Yeah. Though I feel like I was watching a lot smarter entertainment. It wasn't people lip singing and dancing and doing dumb challenges and like I would watch some stuff, but I would watch like documentary things and.
Well, you know what gets me about the Reels is like how they can be still new ones of like old of like ones like how many times can a chick get fooled when they play like the booty song, the shaking the booty song, and then it's like they can't make the wife out of the hole. Like, how do you not, as soon as that comes on, like how do you not know where that's going? You're obviously on on the thing.
It's gotta be fake. Well, I think like that's the thing is a lot of them now are just so cringy because they're fake. Because you're like, we know you're on TikTok. Apparently, you have 18,000 fucking views on this TikTok. I know that you are aware of what the trends are. Yeah. So you've seen this trend. You're just fucking trying to do your version of it. And that's stupid. I don't like that everybody's doing the same thing as uncreative. But the TikToks and all that stuff, you just don't watch them. Don't, because you just get sucked into it. Because the algorithm will make it so you see things you want to see. Yeah. Though, you know what's weird? The Reels algorithm must be like fucked up. Because I keep seeing like certain people that I like hated. Like, oh, I fucking hate this person. And they just keep popping up. Or like Mindy, this one, I actually had to look her up. I had to look her up because
creepy.
No, because she kept, I don't know why, but she kept popping up on the Reels, and it's just like stupid lip sync. They're all like dumb lip sync videos, and I was like, why is this person? Because the name like it was always like the first name was right, but then it was always like a fan page or like it was like different. So it wasn't the same. Like sometimes you get like an actual person's Instagram or whatever. That's what's, but it was different. It was like fan made. Well, it turns out she's like the third most subscribed. I don't know, would you followed person on TikTok? And I don't know why that. Like, is that why she's popping up on my reels? But Mindy said she's never even seen her. So it was like, I never clicked on her. Like I never went to her profile. Yeah. Why is this suggested to me over and over? And there's like 5 different people now on there. Luckily a couple of them are actually funny. There's this one guy that does anime ones, but I don't even know because most of the anime is like Naruto or something. I never actually watch, but he always does like all these anime shorts, and then he just ends almost every one, just doing like the fucking sex face, like the bite your lip up.
Yeah.
And, like that's a trend going around, but like, and like, so there's ones where like he'll grab the guy's ass and then he'll make that face, but then the guy will transport and then he's grabbing his, you know, and then it just goes back and forth, that dumbass face. I don't know why, but those kill me. Yeah. They're so stupid. I think that's why I like them.
That's like the men equivalent of like the duck lips.
Yeah. Just like, Well, that used to be back in the day, what was that guy's name? He had one song, I think. I just bought a Cadillac. I don't know. I think that was the name of the song. Whatever that fucking guy's name. He always wore sunglasses because he had a weird like melted Cabbage Patch head or something. But he started that phase. It was like dad ass face back then. Like you bite the lip and you know your eyelids are a little down. Like that's supposed to be like dad ass. But now that's just like some fucking. That's what I also hate about TikTok is like these Gen Zers, even if it's like, that was like in 2015 or something, I think that song came out. It wasn't that old, but these Gen Z kids will take shit like that and make it like it's a new trend. Like that was around. Yeah. Hair scrunchies were around. Fucking middle parts were around. Flannel shirts were around. Like these are all things that happened. Grunge happened already. Like you're not bringing it, like, because it's not like there's like grunge, trying to bring it back. They're acting like they're created it.
Grunge happened, died, came back again, and then also died again.
Yeah. It's like you're not because they think they're like, that's what, like, I'm waiting for like Jinko pants and shit like that to come back, because like, okay, like, well, you know, I remember we brought back shit from the 80s. Like every generation brings back, like, in the 80s, they had like Happy Days, like the 50 trends came around and people wearing leather jackets and shit again. But not all of them. It's just like the ones I see on TikTok and stuff, like the Gen Z kids. It's not that they're bringing them back. It's they act like they invented it. Yeah. It's like you did not invent
look at this new thing I found, or this new thing I created.
I don't know. It's like I feel like it's just one fucking old Gen X guy, like fucking 48 or however fucking old they are now, 50. Gen Xer sitting in his room and he's like, you know what I like to bring back? Hair metal. And zebra pants. Parachute pants too while we're at it. And then parachute pants. Yeah, then he gets like his fucking granddaughter or daughter or whatever. Is like, hey, make a TikTok, bitch. And then she wears them and then everyone follows the trend. That's a very stupid conspiracy theory. I'm tired. Leave me alone. Let's get on to this episode. We have a great one for you. It is about... fuck. How do you do? You are listening to the Drunken Pen Writing Podcast. I think every other episode I say either DPW or Drunken Pen Writing.
Yeah, keep them motherfuckers on their toes.
Got to. I mean, it comes up as Drunken Pen Writing Podcast, but maybe it makes them feel special when they hear this and they say, "Ooh, he said DPW."
I know.
I'm in the know.
I know what that means.
Yeah, that ain't double penetrating wankers. That is something different. I am your host, Caleb James. With me today. What is your name? Spencer, the Kazakhstan Kefir Consumer Church. Kefir is a probiotic dairy drink. So, just thought I'd put that out there. I don't know if they have kefir in Kazakhstan. Not to be confused with the Indian yogurt drink. I think that's different. I think that's probably better. They have a lot of mango yogurt drinks. Whenever I go to Indian restaurants, they always give me, and Ethiopians even worse, the drinks are always warm. Ew. If you get a mango juice, the Indian ones are like, they have, like I said, the yogurt drinks are very popular. So if you get tea or like yogurt drinks, they don't got a lot of options. Maybe coffee. Ethiopian restaurants, the ones I've only been to a couple. Some in California.
I was gonna say, can I ask you how many you've been to?
A few. California. I went to one, and I think we went to a couple other ones. I really like the food, but the drinks, like you get the water. Same with the Indian restaurant, water. They just bring to the table, room temperature.
No ice.
No ice. And then, I mean, they're both hot climates. Maybe that's why, But you're in America. You get ice.
Yeah.
Chinese restaurants always have ice, but they have the black slime. Like around here, they have the black slime in the ice machine, so they always get popped by the health board, and they just never fix it. Like, they never clean the black mold out. They just let it be slimy. So every time, like I read about, I love that restaurant, and I'll see, health report. 5 years in a row now, the ice machine's fucking slimy. Yuck.
I wonder how they stay open.
Yeah, but anyway, the Ethiopian restaurant also, I think, has like mango drinks, but it's like a mango smoothie or mango juice, depending where you go. Warm.
I don't think I would like that.
It's not unpleasant. It's just not. It's not what you want. Like a room temperature drink is not unpleasant necessarily, like especially like a juice drink, because it's just like if you ate like a mango that wasn't refrigerated, like that's fine, but you don't expect it at a restaurant. Yeah. So Spencer, next time you go to an Indian or Ethiopian restaurant, remember you might not get a cold drink.
You think they get mad if you ask for like ice?
Yeah. I think you get kicked out immediately. You probably get real pissed off. Like, that's not authentic, fuckface! And then they punch you. Call you a fucking dirtball, because that's what you are. Today's episode is not about Indian or Ethiopian restaurants, though I highly recommend everyone go try the experience. I like goat meat, so that's, big goat meat guy. What are we doing? This is from the Portal list. We were struggling to come up with an idea for an episode, because Spencer kept shooting down on my great ideas. We want to do an episode about racist authors, the most racist authors in history. And he said, no, Caleb.
No, I just said we need to...
We're not the guys to talk about that because we are two white cis males and we should not talk about that. And I said, well, I guess, Spencer, that's how you feel. By the way, did you see Alex Jones?
No, what do you do now?
Fucking, now, here's where I'm going to go ahead and say it's fake to begin with. Because he has like a whole fucking WWE camera crew deal with it. It's not WWE, but like how, in the backstage, like somebody gets jumped.
Yeah.
There's always a camera crew there.
Yeah.
Obviously, that's fake, but, suspend your disbelief when you're watching wrestling and, just enjoy it.
Enjoy the show.
Yeah. Seth Rollins got caught by name other guy. Beat him up. John Cena came out, punched somebody in the face, and backstage, and there was a big brawl. Good thing the camera crew was there for it.
Yeah.
But Alex Jones always seems to do the same fucking thing, where every time he runs into one of these big fucking weird scenarios, he has a camera crew with him. Not just like a camera, like the boom mic and like the whole fucking works. There was a van. Now, this is what he said. I watched like 30 seconds of the video and I had to turn off because I was like, I don't fucking want to watch this guy. But in the video, apparently it was government or somebody stealing migrant kids in the back of a van. And I think what it turned out was it was just like a Catholic church taking kids to get COVID vaccines or something. But Alex Jones like jumped in front of the van and it was like this, I gotta stop it, big butt, like just this big fucking scene.
Can you imagine how scared those kids were to just have that? Because
they look terrified.
Because as I picture this, I picture Alex Jones, who's a shorter, rounder gentleman, thinning hair, but I imagine him just sweaty.
Yeah.
And like shirt half button open and just going like foaming at the mouth, just trying to stop the...
Yeah, he was just yelling and it was bizarre. Like, I'm not one to say like we should deplatform people unless it's like real hate speech type of deal. But there's a handful of people where I would love it if like fucking Trump was one. I was like, I would love it if they fucking kicked him off of Twitter. I don't want to hear his fucking bullshit anymore.
Yeah.
Alex Jones is one where I'm just like I get that you have a show, but even if it's just for entertainment, you're influencing people. There's people that fucking believe the nonsense he says, and then they go out and fucking commit crimes or do awful shit. So I'm just like, fuck that guy. I don't care if he loses his fucking job. I'm not about cancel culture, but I don't care if that guy gets canceled because he's a fucking idiot. Though he is entertaining, like when he's on the Rogan podcast acting up, it's like, I really don't like this guy, but he is funny.
Yeah.
It's like Trump. Like Trump is the douche, but he is funny.
Yeah.
Like he can be funny. He says funny shit. But at the same time, like a lot of it, I don't think is him actually trying to be funny.
No.
It's just he's such a fucking idiot. Like, we're not going into this anymore. We'll lose all our fucking Republican listeners. I think most Republicans don't like Trump. They just pretend because he wasn't even a fucking Republican. No.
You're the one keep on talking.
I can't help it. It irritates me. Anyway, this was from the Portal list. 10 exciting cyberpunk books filled with high tech and low life. This was written by Oren Gray. Oren with 2 R's. I don't hear that name too often. Cyberpunk is punk cyber, man. It's the stuff with tech and urban chaos. It's just like a Blade Runner. There you go. That's what I always think of when I think of cyberpunk.
Yeah.
Though I think it has morphed over the years to be like more tech heavy because technology's exploded, but sci-fi stuff. First one on this list is
to not outside, but to also not get confused with steampunk.
Steampunk is the opposite.
Yes.
It's like non-technology.
Yeah.
Everything's steaming. By the way, I think lobsters would hate steampunk.
Ooh.
That is fucked, dude. Fucked up. Holy Fire by Bruce Sterling. In the Difference engine, Bruce Sterling and William Gibson created one of the landmark works of steampunk fiction. Well, why didn't they have fucking William Gibson in the fucking title? It just said Bruce Sterling. In Holy Fire, Sterling turns that same talent toward post-human cyberpunk in the story of Mia, a 94-year-old with the mind and body of a 20-year-old thanks to a radical new medical procedure. It's a world of ease, of passion, of designer drugs and ideas. Big ideas. That's a quote by Speculation. That is an interesting topic, but could you imagine like your fucking 94-year-old grandmother in the body of a 20-year-old? Like somebody that was alive in like the 20s and then they're getting pounded by the fleet down at the sailing docks. Because that's what they think, you know. That's what they did back in the 20s. Yeah. Like,
well, I mean, just put yourself in those shoes. Could you imagine going, like, living into your 90s and then basically getting, like, your body better than what you are now?
If I, now, as a 34-year-old, got put into a 20-year-old body, I would die. I would do dumb shit and die. Because I did dumb shit in my 20s and almost died many times. But I would actually probably die.
I was there for a lot of them.
Yeah. I climbed buildings and all kinds of stupid shit. I was less athletic Spider-Man. Next up, Data Runner by Sam A. Patel. In the not-too-distant future, mega corporations own everything, including the internet. The only way to transmit sensitive information in secret is to entrust it to data runners who physically courier it via the sneakernet. Do not like the name sneakernet.
No.
It sounds a little lame. I like the premise, not the sneakernet part. Enter Jack Nill, a parkour... Well, of course he's a parkour expert. I mean, come on. He's a...
Sneakernet.
Yeah, he's a fucking data runner. He has to be a parkour expert. Enter Jack Hill, a parkour expert who works as a runner to help his father pay off a serious gambling debt. Sorry, right in the middle, I just want to go, parkour! The office style. Parkour! When Jack is loaded with something much bigger than anything he's ever carried before, he finds himself at the center of a web of pursuit and intrigue in his fast-paced young adult caper. Not just a caper, a young adult caper. Does that tickle your fancy, Spencer? Medium rare.
Yeah.
Medium heat.
Yeah.
I've heard of this one before. When Gravity Fails by George Alec Effinger. No wonder I heard of it. Nominated for the Hugo and Nebula Awards, this cult classic cyberpunk novel is set in the near future Middle East. Mind and mood altering drugs, and there's a lot of mind altering drugs in these things, like like a Scanner Darkly, like things like, I don't know if that was technically cyberpunk, but you know, it does deal with the movie did like tech stuff. Anyway. And mood-altering drugs and plugins can change anything about a person, including making them into a killer. As unmodified street hustler Mareed Audrin is pulled into the investigation of a series of brutal homicides, he finds much more than he expects in this novel that George R.R. Martin called wry and black and savage, and Harlan Ellison called crazy as a spider on ice skates.
That is pretty crazy.
How do you make the ice skates so small? And how do you not break the spider's legs?
Big spider.
Well, that's why it's crazy. Ooh, tarantula.
Yeah.
What do you feel about that one?
That one does sound interesting.
I'm going to ask you that after every one. What do you feel about that one, Spencer? You want to read it? Yeah, that one sounds pretty cool. I thought the data runner would sound all right. That sounds like it'd be fast paced.
It's just the parkour and sneakernet.
The sneakernet, I will admit, is a lame name, but you know what? Can't win them all. Boy. This one is straight porn. Oh, sorry, I went to a different website. You ever do that? You accidentally...
Different browser.
Different books, different episode. That's the secret. That's the sneaker browser. Shut up. Next up is Vacuum Flowers by Michael Swanwick. Do only men write cyberpunk? Because that seems to be the trend on this.
Yeah.
Well, not just this list, but anytime now I think about it, I've ever seen a cyberpunk title. Like on Twitter, indie authors, everything. It's like 99% dudes. Maybe same with like tech thrillers too and stuff like that. It's always kind of like old white men. Interesting. We should look into that sometime. A cyberpunk thriller from the Hugo, Nebula, and World Fantasy Award-winning author of The Iron Dragon's Daughter, Vacuum Flowers follows the adventures of, how do you say her name? Eucrasia Walsh. Eucrasia travels across the drastically transformed solar system after her body is hijacked by the personality of rebel Elizabeth Mudlark. In a world where personalities can be uploaded and owned by corporate giants. That's another thing about these cyberpunks, is a lot of them deal with mega corporations and conglomerates.
Well, you figure when another theme, a lot of them is like, high tech stuff like that. So those would have to come from.
Did you ever check out that series? I think it was called Tokyo Ghost. I was reading. That was really good.
I think you were letting me read it, but I think it had like 2 parts, I think. And like I think I was waiting for it to be finished, and then I think I just never got it off of you once it was done.
I don't think I ever picked up the second part because it just didn't drop for. It was one of those deals like it didn't drop for so long. I just kind of forgot, but it was really good. That was like a cyberpunk thing where people are addicted to like it's not necessarily phones, but it's like these screens in front of your face, and it's like there's fucking 90% of the pages ads, and but it was pretty entertaining. Next up is Slant by Greg Bear. Cyberpunk meets procedural. In this thriller from Greg Bear, it's procedural like court stuff.
I would think so, yeah.
I never got into court fiction.
Or like
a lot of people are like, there's like a subsect of people who are really into like, like the law type of deal, like where it's, things have to go in order and you have to follow rules in your fiction.
When I say procedural, I normally think of like cop drama. Like
drama, yeah. The reigning master of hard-edge science fiction, Seattle Post-Intelligence said that about Mr. Greg Bear. Nanotechnology seems to have wiped away all of humanity's flaws, both the superficial and the significant. Violent crime is a thing of the past until the city of Seattle was rocked by the murders of 2 sex workers and a string of suicides. Public defender Mary Cho's investigation takes her into the dark heart of a seemingly perfect future, uncovering a conspiracy of virtual pornography, Neo-Luddites, and a mysterious artificial intelligence lurking in the data flow.
Now, some would say in a perfect world like that there'd still be prostitutes. Now, granted, in my perfect world, prostitutes aplenty, but...
That actually does bring up a good point, because if it's a perfect world, who's it a perfect world for? Because while there are sex workers who generally like their job, you see that more now than in the past.
Yeah.
Things like OnlyFans and stuff. I would consider that sex work if you're doing like, dance, like nude finger banging or whatever online. Even though you're not technically having physical sex with people. But those are prostitutes.
Streetwalkers.
Yeah, but those are like prostitutes, so they're streetwalkers. So I don't imagine the world would be considered perfect for them.
Yeah.
So maybe that was not the right term to use in that.
I mean, unless that's a thing in the part to deal with the story, but...
Right. This one is just called VN, the letter V and the letter N. Vin. And I was completely wrong. I need to shut the fuck up and shut my fat, stupid mouth about saying women don't write cyberpunk, because this is written by Madeline Ashby.
You goddamn...
misogynist.
Yeah.
Sexist.
Just man explaining everything all podcast.
Mansplaining. Women don't write cyberpunk because even though it's a genre I don't really read and don't know anything outside of the top major titles, I'm going to go ahead and say that no women write it. I'm a fucking idiot. Like, I don't know why people would ever listen to me. That's the thing, if you listen to this whole podcast deal we're doing here, folks, is don't actually like take us as the truth sayers of 2021 or of the modern world, because while we are geniuses, obviously, and very prestigious and have the best work ever created in all of fiction,
If you just read it.
Maybe not the guys to take advice from or listen to generally. Like, I mean, entertainment. Like Alex Jones, entertainment. Take it as entertainment, not truth. Entertainment. Entertainment. That's what we do. We just do entertainment here.
Gay frogs.
Turn the fucking frogs gay. You turn the goddamn frogs gay. I have that clip on here somewhere. I might put that on.
I don't like them putting chemicals in the water that turn the friggin' frogs gay. Do you understand that? Turn the friggin' frogs gay. Serious crap. Gay. Frogs, friggin' frogs. It's not funny. I'm gonna say it real slow for you. Gay. Frogs. Won't you fight for your life? Gay. Frogs, friggin' frogs. I don't like a frogs. Gay. Friggin' frogs. Frogs. Friggin' frog crap. Won't you fight the frogs? It's not funny. I'm gonna say it real slow for you. Frogs. Place point.
Anyway, VN. At Amy's kindergarten graduation, she eats her grandmother. Well, goddamn.
Wait, what did you say? The author? You said it was a female, but what was her name?
Madeline Ashby.
Okay.
Madeline Ashby. Or it could be Madeline, like the kids' cartoon from the... I actually watched that show. I don't care what anybody says. I like Madeline because it was just a bunch of little French schoolgirls just living their best life, going on very harmless adventures. And you know what? I like the show Arthur on PBS as well for the same thing. Harmless Adventures. I like that sometimes. I like to watch shows where I'm just like, nothing bad really happens. Even if it's bad quotation, like, you know, oh no, I got homework due tomorrow and I forgot. I forgot to study for the big test. Like, I like that stuff sometimes because there's no real...
Nobody getting eaten by giant monsters.
Yeah, there's no horror. There's no real consequences. Oh, you flunked the test. It's not like that's going to be the catalyst for the ruin of your life.
Yeah, because it's not like those characters are ever going to graduate from school.
Though Pete and Pete did have an episode where Pete didn't realize that they had a test that day. And if he failed that test from that teacher, he was going to end up the janitor of the school because the janitor of the school ended up the same way. That's how he...
Is that the one with, like,
the clock in
the book? Wow!
That's one of those shows that even if you haven't watched for fucking 20 years, like, it's ingrained somewhere in your brain if you actually watch that show, and it'll pop up. And because it was so weird.
Yeah.
Like, it was such a weird show that just little things like that will pop up, and you're just like, oh, yeah! Like, anytime I think of Millard Fillmore, I just think about Pete getting him stuck in his nose. Because he had, like, the little, what was it, like, marshmallows or something? It was like Eisenhower, Millard Fillmore. Garfield might have been one of them. I'm not sure. Sorry, Madeline Ashby. We keep fucking...
Sorry.
The book, VN. At Amy's kindergarten graduation, she eats her grandmother. You see, Amy is a self-replicating humanoid known as a Von Neumann. Her mother is one, too, but she's married to Amy's human father. Amy's grandmother, however, carried startling secrets about the Von Neumanns and their role in the strange world in which Amy lives. After devouring her grandmother when she tried to attack her mother, Amy carries the elder Von Neumann's personality on her own memory drive, putting her on the road not only to self-discovery, but maybe to finding out the secrets behind the existence of all the Von Neumanns. You're rubbing your eyes in the sleepy guy manner,
not because
as
of the
if
story.
you were bored by the synopsis of that story.
No, I actually think I like the eating each other and stuff like that. It's just...
I like the eating too. When they eat each other, I like that. Not so much the family part.
Yeah.
Have to be the. Speaking of family stuff, I feel like Pornhub has gotten so ridiculous that because we were talking. Was it this episode or last episode we were talking about TikTok? Who the fuck knows?
Yeah.
Maybe it's the cold open of this episode. That's sad if I don't remember the cold open of this
I think
episode.
this is the code open of this episode.
Okay, well, we're talking about TikToks. There's now like TikTok memes about like the stepsister getting stuck in stuff because those are both stupid genres that are always on the top page of Pornhub. Why are they on these top pages? Like, who's watching all this stepsister, stepbrother stuff, or people getting stuck into things. And it's always like ridiculous because I watched for scientific reasons many of the getting stuck into things videos because the stepsister, you get the picture. Like, you don't even have to actually watch it to get the gist of that. It's like, okay, they're freaking, oh, but you're my stepbrother. Well, it's not blood. Oh, and they do it.
Yeah.
Like it's not still gross. Like, anyway, where was I going? Oh, they're getting stuck into stuff. It's always like the shittiest thing. Like, oh, you're really stuck in the washer?
I got stuck under the table.
Oh, your arm is stuck under the table? Like, you can't get away. And isn't that kind of like rapey? Was that why people like it? Because it's rapey?
Stuck in a window. I think I might have saw one where like somebody got stuck in like a dog door.
The doggy door?
Yeah.
That seems a little more realistic. I want to see something like, what was that? Like 128 hours or whatever that movie was about the guy who got his fucking arm stuck between the rock and he had to cut his own arm off. I want to see something like that. It's like somebody brutally stuck into something. It's like, oh my God, his boulder's got my legs pinned down. Oh, that's a damn shame. Let me help you. And then the guy's wiener falls up. Like, not now. You're my stepbrother. It ain't blood related.
We're just going on a hike.
What are you gonna do? Yeah, you know what? Now that I think about it, I feel bad for all the actors and actresses and those. Because how do you act that out? That's so stupid. The whole getting stuck in stuff genre, I don't get it. I mean, I get it, but I don't get it. Because it's not ever executed well. Also, a very minute subgenre here, like a very niche subgenre, is the sleeper. Like the person who's always asleep and they don't ever wake. No. You're getting pounded. You don't know waking up. Like, you got narcolepsy. And also, again, isn't that rape?
Yeah.
Like, that's sexual assault. If she's asleep, there's no consent there. I don't understand how this is illegal. You're stuck in something. It's not like, oh, can you also pound my vag? Maybe that'll loosen me. No, it doesn't. It's fucking stupid.
You also notice, like, the stuck in are also, like, either like siblings or mother, like son thing.
They combine
and then it's just like, it's a hat on a hat. Like, you don't need it.
It's too much. I wonder if...
What happened to the goddamn old days when a motherfucker delivered a pizza?
A pizza with extra sausage.
And if they were bold, he'd be having his dick sticking out of that pizza.
You know what? Also, another good one is the popcorn in the movie theater where you cut out the hole and put and she touched it and go, oh my God. That wasn't very popular, but it was my fantasy that I never got to experience. No. This will make you mad. I think it's going to make you mad. It might make you steaming mad. Oh. Furious. Probably not. I mean, you might be mentally ill if you get that upset by this. But I found this disgusting. I mean, I watched the whole thing, but I found it upsetting. The plumber came over to fix the pipes.
Oh, yeah, you gonna empty out them pipes?
Yeah, the muscly plumber. And then the woman was like, hey, the whole, you clean my pipes and, stupid things. And this one was like really corny. The guy was like, what? That'll cost extra. Like, he was like fucking going too stupid into it. And she was like, well, can you just replace one of my pipes? And he was like, well, which one? What do you mean? They all look pretty good. I'll show you. And she got stuck reaching into the pipes. And I was like, you ruined a classic bit by trying to reinvent it with the stuck in stuff genre. And I fear that they probably will do that with the cable guy too. It's like, hey, I'm here to fix your modem, ma'am. Or, it'd be a better one is like the delivery guy comes, but then the woman's like, I can't answer the door. I'm stuck. You're stuck. And then he goes around back and she's stuck in a swing set.
Yeah.
Or something fucking stupid. You know what would be good for the stuck in stuff genre?
Dude, tell me, Caleb.
BBWs. I would believe that.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not hating on the bigger ladies. I'm just, that's a fetish people have. I feel like they might get stuck in stuff.
I feel like we're going to have to we need to stop or we're going to have to cut this out. One of the two.
Okay, one more thing then, if we got to end this.
Are we even halfway done with the list?
No, I don't know. Do you think the gay version of Pornhub has these stupid things? Like this, you're my stepbrother, or, oh no, I got stuck in a locker at the gym.
I mean, I would assume there's probably some of that, but I
probably not as prominent. I feel like they would just get to it.
Yeah, I think it would be a lot more of just like, hey, let's fuck. Okay.
See, that's why men are more unproblematic when it comes to you know, like two guys hanging out, like, oh, I'm throwing rocks in a river. That's super fun. But then, like, the woman will be like, it's stupid. Like, they can't just let guys enjoy the simple, stupid fucking things we enjoy because we're dumb. Yeah. So we can just enjoy something skipping rocks. I'm just skipping rocks. That's fun. But then the woman will be like, oh my God, these guys are fucking skipping rocks for an hour. And they just, like, hate on it. Like, you come skip rocks. They can't because they're smart. And they find it dumb, which it is, but it's, you know, simple pleasure. You can't just let a man be. That's what I'm saying. I don't know. We offended everybody on that. So anyway, did I finish reading the VN? Yes, I did. The next up, after 20 minutes, talk about porno. We don't actually watch porn. We're just making that up. This is not a real thing. There's no such thing as step-sisters. People don't have marriages anymore. The Wind-Up Girl by Paolo... Should we just do it? Should we just done this before I fucking butcher this person's name and get more hate mail? By Paolo Baccalaupi? How did you pronounce that?
Yeah, Baccalaupi. Yeah, I think that's
also. I'm pretty sure it's Paolo Paolo Baccalaupi. See, now I'm even more nervous about fucking up these names because I saw a thing today on Twitter. It was trending where I think it was a Japanese girl. Recorded men picking like in these gentrified like Brooklyn like places that are gentrified where we've got these fucking woke white guys. Yeah. But then they're all like trying to pick her up and it's just like she recorded all their fucking racism, like, you know, just whatever the fuck they do trying to hit on her and stuff and being racist and fetishizing Asians and all that stuff. And so now every time I think about that, because it, like the sub article on that was about how people are always messing up Asian names and why it's racist and all this stuff. And I'm like, damn it, like I'm trying not to be racist. I just fuck up names because I can't pronounce like
I'm gonna say like I don't know if I agree with that 100%.
But you know, Paolo Bacigalupe Baccalaupi, I would say. Paolo Baccalaupi's Hugo and Nebula. Oh, he's a fucking award winner. God damn it. Again, I'm assuming it's a man because it's Paolo, but it could be a lady. We should have done this. End it now.
So how many's left?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm just gonna read the titles. So we got Paolo Baccalaupi's Hugo and Nebula award-winning novel of 23rd century Thailand and rampant biotechnology is sometimes considered an offshoot of cyberpunk called biopunk. I did not know that. Whatever it is, this story of a strange but all too plausible future in which the world is racked with floods and pandemics as a result of global warming caused in part by gene-hacked crops became an instant classic in the field and is maybe even more relevant today than when it was released. That actually does sound relevant. Next up is Sinners with a Y. Sinners by Pat Cadigan. Pat Cadigan has been called the Queen of Cyberpunk, so there's queens of Cyberpunk. So I'm really fucking stupid.
You're an asshole.
Why does that be like one of the genres women excel in the most and I just don't? I don't read Cyberpunk that often, like, or ever, so stupid. Pat Cadigan has been called the Queen of Cyberpunk thanks in no small part to this prescient thriller, which won the Arthur C. Clarke Award when it was first released in '92. Today, many of the novel's technological concepts will feel shockingly familiar, especially sorry, I started thinking of porn again. Especially a plan by a massive corporation to deliver music videos directly into the minds of consumers. We're not too far off, huh? Back in '92, though, the scathing portrait of a near-future reality, where the real world and online were almost seamlessly blended, still felt far off, if not too unlikely. I just started thinking about some of the fucking stupid scenes I've seen in the past. Like, the acting is so bad. No. Why can't we have proper budget and, like, good acting?
Go. Next one.
Like, we just can't have quality.
Next title.
The plots could be better. All I'm saying. Like, you can't get stuck saving a baby in a well.
You don't want a baby at the fucking shooting site. God damn it, read the next title.
You don't have the real baby there. It's a fake baby.
Oh, because that's going to bring quality.
A dog gets stuck in the well. Is that better?
I don't know if you want an animal there either.
A special, you know what? No, not special needs person in a wheelchair that fell down the well. You know what? Next up is Moxieland by Lauren Bukes. In a colorful but cruel near-future version of Cape Town, South Africa, 4 narrators, each with their own struggles and dreams, problems and talents, are on a collision course that will rewire all of their lives. Legendary sci-fi author Charles Stross called Bukes' bold, boisterous novel the larval form of a new kind of SF munching its way out of the intestines of the wasp-paralyzed caterpillar of cyberpunk. that's not a recommendation, we don't know what is. And this is the last one on the list, I believe. And it's just called Cyberpunk by Victoria Blake. Collecting together 20 short stories of high tech and low life, the Doorstop volume is an indispensable guide to cyberpunk short fiction. From 1981 to 2010, the legendary cyberpunk authors share short, sharp tales of all too plausible futures that often feel uncannily like our present, featuring stories by William Gibson, Bruce Starling, Jonathan Lethem, Paul Tremblay, Pat Cadigan, Greg Bear, Rudy Rucker, Cory Doctorow, and more. So a couple things I learned today. One,
plenty of women writers.
A lot of women write cyberpunk, which I just blew that one in. Just blew it. And number two, the more important thing is that don't get stuck in stuff, because you might get something stuck in you. Like that's bad. That's bad, Spencer. Like, don't, like, what, you ever worry? Like, you ever trying to, like, you know, fit through like a half closed door or something, and you're like, oh shit, I'm a little wedged in here, and you're like, oh no, and you just look around for it because you hear the music kicking, like, I think also modern porn music is probably terrible, right? Do they even have music anymore?
I don't know. I don't think so.
In the old days, it was all like, you know, but now they don't got music. Another trivia fact. If you folks want to tell us how fudging awful this episode was and how offended you are, you can hit us up on Twitter at DrunkenPenWriting, Instagram and Facebook at DrunkenPenWriting, or you can read our non-cyberpunk fiction at drunkenpenwriting.com.
I'd also like to point out that I was the one trying to move us along there at the end.
I'm going to edit this so it sounds like
you
were the only one talking about it. Like, I'll just have you, when your part was going, you'll say all the stuff, and then I'm just going to have like a long pause, and then I'll just like splice in me saying like, okay, next up, and then I'll just keep having you interrupting, and it'll be great.
Yep.
And then everybody will be mad at you. Whatever. Anyway, take care, folks.